you start? Am I alive? Solo? I don't feel like it. Wait, where's the link so I can confirm? Does anybody know? I'm talking to myself. Okay, what is... Are we in it? We're gonna have to reset this. Alright, where we at? Catching up. Catching up. Gobi's got a kill. Gobi's a god. Supportal combat. We got the... Ooh! Vayne with the clean auto attack. It's a... Ends up being a 2 for 2, I think? I don't know how many people die. Wait, anyways, this is your boy Size Winley. In a little late, 13 minutes in. Game just started in our eyes. We have a 3,000 gold lead on the side of Tag Up? What are they? What's their name? That's not Akuma, is it? Who's Tag Up? We have a 3,000 gold lead in the side of Akuma versus you know who, ReBrand, coming at you hot. Let's check out what's going on. I'm trying to check out what's going on.
It's fine, man.
I'm checking it out. We have 1,000 gold lead on the top side. A little bit of a gold difference. Klein seems to be having a bad time up top. Toku is down 1,000 gold as well. Mid lane is down 1,000. Seems like it's about...
It's an uphill battle for ReBrand right now.
So bot lanes equal. All the solo lanes to include jungle are down 1,000 gold. That's where the 3,000 gold lead comes from. Bot lanes equal, but if there's someone you want on your team to be strong, it is the Vayne. Varus, pretty good pick because he can actually keep Vayne in place for a little bit with that ultimate. But we'll see. Speaking of which, we have Varus with no sums, only ults. And he chose to put it on Vayne. Vayne's gonna get the kill. No, he's not.
KS.
First kill for Toku. That is the KS. But my boy Toku coming in hot, laying the skill shots, easy peasy. Didn't even break a sweat. But Akuma, noticing Toku's on the bot side, is getting that big boy scuttle top lane.
Yeah.
Okay, Silas. Okay, Silas. Not sure if Silas made a mistake.
Ooh.
Uh-oh, it looks like he flashes out, but he does flash into his team. Klein flashes to be safe.
Not to be safe.
A skill shot coming. Oh, we have a catch on to, so never mind. And there is Shelly going over to Akuma Blades.
So I'm going to do a little rewinding. Try to catch up to ourselves since we joined this game late. But we have the lethality Varus this game, and not the typical Rage Blade, or maybe even crit Varus. But first tower going over to ReBrand here, which will help them out a lot in this little comeback they're trying to do.
Well, going all the way back, lethality, that's an interesting choice. I guess it would help if you can poke out the Vayne or Lux. It'll really make them a little bit more hesitant in team fights.
I will say, yeah, with Nami, it's going to make it a little harder to always keep them out. When she gets her Ardent or Redemption, she's going to be able to heal a lot of that poke up if they aren't able to 100 to 0 anybody.
So based on that, what do you think the perfect fight end game goes to? What team? What team do you think has
perfect? Like if each team, well, okay, only one team can play perfectly. Maybe.
Both teams can play perfectly.
Okay, you know what? If both teams play perfectly, Sejuani goes in, lands her ultimate onto the Varus, since Fluke has cleanse. But then you have the Gragas is going to ult away, the backliners of ReBrand. But then Kled could ult them back into the fight. So in a perfect team fight, I'd give this one to ReBrand. Late game.
I also give this one to ReBrand, unless Klein dies, in which case here's the stun from OP.
Ooh.
That lethality damage coming in. What items does he have? He has one completed item. Going for the Manamune, actually. That hasn't happened in a while.
Ooh!
Nice
Stopwatch.
Stopwatch.
That's stopwatch
I feel
lag.
for you, Bezel. Not Basil. Bezel. Bezel pulling out the Lux. I actually remember facing his Lux, and it wasn't nice. I lost. Oh, but there's the pick. Oh, Cleanse coming out, but too much CC. There's the stun after. That kill's going over to the Varus. But Gobi, not trying to let them get it for free. My man flashing into the wall. You can't stop the homing waters. Gobi making sure he's getting them kills. Bezel, unfortunately, not having the best game, but he is keeping up in CS. So, Lux is a champion that will scale
Gobi.
very well. No, Gobi trying to just get vision down, support life. There's the lethality Q coming in.
Got finding Dory in the jungle, man. He's lost.
Okay. Gobi just trying to do his due diligence and get his wards down. Unfortunate.
So, 4,000 or maybe 3,500 gold lead here for Akuma. Not the end of the world for ReBrand. But Zoe.
Oh, the heal coming through.
Oh shit! That Braum block.
Coming in hot. Oh, the lethality. Braum somehow getting the kills. He hasn't moved in ages. Is he gonna live? Here comes the Gragas. Gragas coming in.
Jerusa's so clean.
Free.
Oh!
Bezel with the nice Q flash. Flash Q doesn't matter. He landed it. Got the slow on Zoe.
1 for 1.
He's tired. Unfortunately, his Q doesn't land. So they're just going to... Silas is here, though. With Lux ult. Let's see if he does anything with it. Toku setting up for Drake. Going in. Looking for a catch on Gragas. He doesn't have his ultimate, but he does have his normal E. Oh, Silas in the backline. Silas is on Bezel. He has no one peeling for him. Unfortunately, he goes down. Klein doing his best. Klein fighting. Gobi's ultimate doesn't do anything either. Braum just really getting in everyone's face, being a total, I'm not going to say that word, but thing that stops people from...
He's getting in the way of things.
He's getting in the way, not being any kind of a... mean.
Yeah, but gotta give props here to Jerusa on this Braum. Just was able to save Zoe's life. Was able just to be such a menace to ReBrand here. And then...
Giving Varus free poke in the back.
It's really...
Bezel thinking about the future, has the Magi Soul Stealer saying, okay, I got my one kill, that's all I need, I'm about to pop off.
That's
I like
disrespectful.
That.
But
That's
I like it. But I like it.
It's taking your balls out. I like it. We'll see what
That's
happens.
like Kake way.
The gold lead looking about 4.5, unless my math is wrong. No, that's 4.5k gold lead, give or take. Those few kills at lethality. Oh, he actually finished his Duskblade. Oh, he's sitting on the tier, not opting to complete the mana beam. Okay.
What's that damage?
Just want a little bit of mana.
So we know that Kled falls off late game a little bit, at least in terms of damage. But Silas here is going to be a huge menace in the side lane. How do you... What would you do... How do you deal with this Silas late game? If you even get to this point.
Send Vayne at him.
Is that what you do?
Absolutely. Vayne's a ridiculous duelist. If he dodges Silas's E, Silas is going to die.
Uh-oh.
But we have a team fight anyways. Toku, not scared to go in. We have a huge Lux zone. There's a 4-man.
They're so low.
Oh, Jeroso didn't get his shield out this time. Oh, Gragas just inching away. And here comes Vayne in. Unfortunately, he can't get
Silas?
Totally face tank Silas, but Silas has to flash out. Vayne getting really low. Oh no, he gets clapped by the chains. So low. If the gold lead wasn't so high, they'd be doing so much better. But here comes Toku.
Oh!
He's still in the
He
faces.
missed.
We have Basil throwing out his skill shots.
Airy!
One kill. There's the Magi Soul Steel stack. Get that double, baby. Boop, wait. Boop, wait. There it is. Let's go. Bezel getting the free Magi stack. Sitting at 14 from Zero.
That's why I said I like it.
Wait a minute. This guy's a genius.
He's confident. He's too
So
confident.
I didn't see exactly what happened, but it seems like Akuma Blaze was kind of caught in a weird spot. Gobu landed a beautiful 4-man knockup. Jirosa, I don't know if his E was down, but his shield wasn't up in that time. So no one could stand behind Brom because everyone got caught on that knockup. Well played by Gobi to initiate that and really allow his team to follow through. Good job, Gobi. Thanks, Iso. No problem, man. It's my boy, Gobi. Taking the time to talk back to me, I like that. But I didn't see exactly who got some shutdowns. So Lux got some shutdowns.
Kled got 2 kills.
And Sedge got some shutdowns. Kled also getting 2 kills. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
It'll at least help him be less.
It'll help him stay relevant.
Stay
relevant, yes. He won't be as trash. You got it. But that's a fight that ReBrand really needed to win, and they did. With a nice ace across the board. They're able to get.
Notice they actually cut their gold lead in half.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's down 2,000. Any kind of a fight like that is good for Vayne. So Vayne getting closer and closer to that Ginsu. Once Ginsu starts to happen, that's a wrap. We have Toku completed his Warmogs. Completed his Warmogs. So once his actual defenses come in, he's gonna be a terror as well, and really give Vayne more time to get autos off. Gobu, Nami, really. Oh no, but hold on. We have a pick onto Toku. Maybe, never mind. Misses the Q, but Toku's a tanky boy. But like I was saying, teams putting themselves in the position that they wanted to be in from the get-go is what I'm getting at. And Bezel's gonna be a real terror, already dealing damage with no QSS on Varus.
Oh,
Any kind of a combo, and that could be a kill. And we have Silas chasing down Klein. Klein going into
Catharsis.
Klein fighting back.
Klein?
I don't know. Okay, wait a minute.
Oh, can you get the remount?
Oh, he didn't. Unfortunate. That was really close.
Versal and both summers were used mid lane, so they might have. They looks like they engaged with Sejuani ulti on him.
Okay. Oh, we have Gragas engaged. He has Predator.
Gragas!
Oh, that was a really nice. Toku tanky boy.
The bubble?
There's the follow-up bubble, but no one wants to waste anything on the brand.
Nice try by Audio there.
But that was a good Gragas hole. There's the kill. Boop. Basil finding the spots. If you're playing ADC right now, when you have champions like Zoe and Lux, you have to really ward your flanks, your side lanes. Missing the ult. Never mind, but we have no catches. They're just going to walk away. But like I was saying, oh no, Silas stole Lux's ult. He sleep. That's a kill. Oh, the flash! He gets out. Somehow Braum died. What?
Oh, Silas!
Basil landing the abilities he needs to make sure his team. Klein with the flank.
He's fully stacked.
Having to flash out. Who's fully stacked?
Bezel.
This guy went from 0 to hero. How much AP does he have? He's rocking that young. I can't see that young 343 AP. You would have thought his early game was amazing, but he's really showing that you could put me behind, but I'm not gonna stay behind. That's my boy. He's going. He's coming up. But this doesn't seem one hide. Akuma really needs to refocus. If you're gonna push the lane, you can't allow Lux to be on the side and not have vision on him, especially for Varus not having QSS yet. And if that is gonna happen, Braum needs to make sure he's beside him to at least maybe block the Lux E or something, any kind of follow-up. But it's getting to the point where Lux might be able to kill Varus with just a Q R, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But they still have Zozo still strong. Their pick potential with the lethality is still there. Akuma isn't out for the count, but ReBrand did close the gap, and it looks like they're looking for a pick now.
Uh-oh. Gobi's caught.
Oh no, that's gonna be a dead fish. Braum going in. Okay, they're gonna back off with that one pick.
This might be a. I don't know if they can do Baron that fast though, since you have a lethality Varus, not just a standard Rage Blade Varus.
Like they're probably just gonna look for a couple more picks. Yeah, Fluke's just kind of seeing what is that she? Fluke's the she? Anyways,
yes.
Fluke can get. But that's that pick potential. If that was, if Gobi happened to be
Varus! There it is.
Again, Bezel's landing the Qs. It's gonna be like that every time. If you guys pick Gobi, Bezel's gonna pick you. You have to make sure you have eyes on Lux, or Varus and Zoe cannot be frontlining at all. They cannot show at all. Bezel going from 0. I believe he was like 0-4 to 7-4. Now we're at a 900 gold lead, 418 AP. Zoe, who was in the lead, sitting at 229, almost double the AP on Lux. At this point, it's looking like Akuma is going to really need to use that pick potential to get enough picks to hopefully get some kind of Baron. But ReBrand's looking like they're ready for a 5v5, and they said, you know what, F it. We're ready for a 5v5, we can take this Baron if you choose to fight us. That's what we want anyways.
Uh-oh. Brand got hit by the bubble. Oh, QSS?
Oh, but, okay, Bezel found Zoe while Zoe found whatever.
Stolen!
Red team stole the Baron. Audio really playing out of his mind, but what's going to happen afterwards? Okay, they're going to get out. Audio really... well played, Audio. I can't really even explain because he had that good ultimate mid versus Toku. I'm sure he was also one of the reasons why his team was ahead early in the early game, but we didn't really see that much. So Audio really playing well, and to stop that Baron is really good for them because now they can set up properly. As long as they have vision on Lux, they can actually get somewhere and hopefully get these towers down.
Oh, there's a dive.
They're engaging, going for the tower dive. I wonder if they're gonna go all the way or just get the tower and back.
Probably the tower. Klein's gonna die here. Not careful.
Is not gonna die. Klein's gonna just go a nice dodge. Nice dodge. Klein with the happy feet, dodging about 3 abilities, and Gobi landing his ability, and they're gonna walk away safe. Getting the tower while sieging against the Baron, pretty good. But that's what I'm talking about. Bezel is really doing a phenomenal job of getting to these spots where he needs to be and landing these Qs. Varus died for free about 3 times in the past 4 or 5 minutes, making sure Bezel's Magi stack stay primed. I think at this point, if they siege, they need to have Gragas or even Braum just... they need to ward their flanks. You get it, not their flanks, but their sides. They need to ward it. If they don't ward it, they're gonna have a bad time.
There's always gonna poke somebody out.
They need to, honestly. So, I think what they need to do if they're gonna siege, finally, Gragas and Zoe, let the other 3 go mid. Gragas and Zoe go into their jungle, so Zoe is on the side where Lux is, doing her poking instead. But if they keep letting Lux just sit in these shadows, they're just gonna continuously get these tests. But look at the side of ReBrand. Almost everyone has a control ward, so they're making sure that Bezel can stay hidden as they siege. We'll see where they put him because there's none on the map at the moment. Oh, there's one mid lane, and there's Bezel, and there's a kill. What am I a
Bezel,
genius?
is he scripting?
I'm a freaking genius. Bezel might be scripting, but they're playing around. ReBrand right now is playing around
the vision so well,
Bezel.
yeah.
So well, everyone having a freaking control ward is the reason. Bezel dropped his 1, Toku dropped 2, just to continue to break vision. That's so good. But we talked about this earlier. We have Silas in the side lane, and I'm not sure if Klein can actually stop it.
He did pick up the executioners for him, but I don't know if that's actually going to be enough.
In a flat-out fight, I am not entirely sure, to be honest.
Oh, in a fight? In a 5v5 or 1v1?
No, 1v1.
Oh.
1v1. But I will say that I think he can at least hold the turrets. But letting Silas get free top lane turret like that probably wasn't the best move. If he starts knocking on the inhibited doors and gets those towers down, then it'll be forcing Klein to have to fight him, and I don't know if he wins. Looking back at Vayne's items though. By the way, Bezel completed his Rabadons. He's
fed.
Disgusting.
He's a fed man.
He's absolutely disgusting.
It's pretty much land Q, pew pew.
Okay. Get a t-shirt on the back of it. I wanted to say Bezelheim, and on the front of it, land Q, pew pew.
Yeah, because well, if you're ReBrand here, you want a team fight, especially if it starts off with the Bezel pick. They have the superior team fight with Vayne over Varus. Now that she has her QSS, is always not that much of a threat. Neither is Varus. But
Varus at least picked up a QSS, so Bezel had a little bit better. But I mean, Toku lands a R, Bezel R's, someone's gonna be really low. Period.
What's the cooldown on Bezel's ultimate now? Like maybe 40 seconds?
No, at this point it's 30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 32 seconds. I'm pretty sure. I didn't even have to look.
Ooh, bubble lands. Oh, Bezel!
Well,
Oh,
nice flash,
good
getting
cleanse,
out of there.
yep.
But flash is down, so
Oh,
we'll see
Toku
what
went
they
in,
do.
put his
Toku
team
going
back.
Vayne is here. Klein's in the background, but Klein's ultimate couldn't get him there in time.
What a crucible.
Big ult, big damage.
Oh, it's really
Okay,
close
cool.
so far.
Landing anything?
Yes, Sejuani ulti.
Second pick, there's Brand in the back. Sejuani picking up.
Klein!
Okay, Silas trying to do something.
Vayne's gonna pop
There's
off here.
Klein's in. Yeah, this is
gonna be
all
an
Vayne.
ace. This is
a
gonna be an
Vayne
ace.
cleanup. Yeah.
Oh,
that's it. Vayne. That's a Vayne catch. Oh, the Silas still trying to get away. He makes it. But can you stop the
I don't
hunter?
think you can't get away
Vayne's
from
on the
Vayne.
hunt.
There
No,
it
he
is.
can't.
That might be.
And
That's
that's
game.
an
I think that's
ace.
game.
Is it game? Let's look at the time.
I-
It's 50 seconds.
If they have a minion wave, I think it might be.
If
maybe
Toku
not.
tanks, he needs to
Hit.
tank it.
Yeah, it's a
No,
hit.
he
It's a
didn't
hit.
tank it.
I got too excited there. But such a well played
If
team fight
Toku
by
tanks,
ReBrand. They need to save those minions. Well, they're just gonna go for the inhibit back most likely.
I would be yelling at Toku to tank right now. I'm sure Bezel is.
What? Such a good, well played fight by ReBrand. They
That
survived the
was.
first engage. They were able to heal up with the Nami, disengage with the Nami, and then re-engage. And then Vayne and Bezel just popped off.
Yeah, they played it very patient. If you watch them, they were backing off, and Zoe and Varus really couldn't do anything. So when Silas actually went in, as a team, they focused him down, which was pretty good. He had to get low, and then it was just a full-on retreat. By that point, Vayne's just playing cleanup. So Vayne and Lux staying in the back, Lux throwing out big damage from a safe spot. Really well played by ReBrand all around. Akuma had the early game, but if they don't tighten up their plays, this game's gonna be over in a heartbeat.
So if you're Akuma here, I think. Oh, are they going for Brand Rush? No, they're not. If you're Akuma here, your best bet might be. Oh, they're actually going for Brand.
They're just straight up going for
I
it.
don't know about this. They don't have any mountains, and it's not a Shred Varus, but they are doing decent damage to it right now.
Once Bezel gets here, this is gonna be a bad time.
Oh, they're chunked in the
Okay.
back of pit. This is.
Yep, and there it is. This is the explosion. We'll see what they think's going on. Silas is still living. Braum
There it
taking.
is.
Oh, there's the dead Silas, and that's just a
That
lose for the
should
Bears.
be a. Unless
But let's
audio
see
can
if
steal this
Varus
again.
And audio
Baron?
does something crazy. Oh nope, Bezel said goodbye. Oh, and Varus took two, unfortunately. But oh, and there's
Oh,
the chase. Zoe's not gonna get out of it.
Oh, good try. That is the game.
That is GG.
That-
Oh my God, Bezel, what?
MVP Bezel.
Damage.
You gotta give it to him this game.
Bezel
His
really.
picks saved the early game,
Yeah.
the mid game, and then they just bought enough time for Vayne to get her items for his team fights, and then we saw what happens once she gets rolling.
Yeah, they didn't even need the items. Very well played by ReBrand to come back from that 4,000 gold deficit. Akuma playing very well in the early game, unfortunately couldn't just hold on to that lead, allowing Bezel to get a couple unfortunate picks. They just needed to clean up that vision during. They set themselves, they were in a position where they could have used the Zoe and the lethality Varus to get picks, but unfortunately, they just didn't give Bezel and Bezel/Lux any respect, you know? So unfortunately, Bezel playing on that mistake and really was able to put his team in a good position. And Silas never got to a point where he could become that split push terror, which I think was one of the potential win conditions. Well played by ReBrand.
Yeah. They
Is that the series?
No, that's game one.
You sure it's game one?
I think it's game one. Is it game one? Because the series started at 7.
That has to be game two.
Is that game 2 or game 1? Let me ask. Well,
Oh, apparently.
see, this dude downed me. I knew it.
That was game one for real?
That was game 1. I think they had a
Okay,
late
so
start.
this is my problem. This is my problem.
Oh no! Here, don't do it to him, man.
Yep, I don't
No.
care. This is my problem.
Okay.
How are you gonna tell me to get ready for a game at 7 and not start 7:30 something? Hello? Tilted.
Zazo.
Tilted.
For Zazo, if you're not on time or early, you're late. Because you have to be early.
It's not early, but if the game starts at 7 or 9, be there. Don't freaking have 9 other people waiting on you because the world revolves around you. Okay, I'm sorry, team. That's my bad.
No, you know,
All right.
hey, let them have it, dude. They
You
deserve
know
it.
what? The thing is, Kake's not around anymore. But if Kake's back,
We
if
were
you're
always on time.
always, it's like we're the only team that's on time ever in life. Jesus. All right, I'm done. I'm my soapbox.
That's okay.
And we're gonna go into remission, whatever it's called, because we're gonna wait for this to pop off. GG's, fellas. Be back in a few.
Alright, we're back.
Oh snap! Am I talking?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. AFK. I'll be back. I gotta order food. I'm dying. I
asked me if we're
I
back.
freaking I lost so much energy casting that freaking insane game. You know. Whew.
Alright. I've been left here to fend for myself. And alrighty. Whew. So it looks like we have Zach being banned away from audio. People realizing how OP that champion is. Maybe because of my Did You Know facts. But then you have the Lux banned from Bezelheim after this man purchased a Medjai's down 0 or 1 and 4 and just carried the game from that point. Didn't matter what you built. He was going to pick you. Guy's insane. We have the first pick Sejuani here. And then the response picks will be Thresh for Gobi. Very good Thresh player. Hype stuff. So Toku opting for the Jarvan here, but we have seen Bezelheim play Jarvan mid before, so it's going to be interesting to see where they decide to flex this pick. And potentially a top Poppy to counter this Jarvan, but nope, they will pick the brand instead and bait me. I have to say, Drosa played a very well played Braum last game. He was, especially in the early and mid game, he was flashing, saving his teammates' lives. So I could see why they'd want to pick up his Braum again, especially into Thresh. Even though Super Sugoi will disagree with me, I think Braum is a pretty good pick here, into Thresh at least. Into comps where it's a lot of, I'd say, projectile based. But when you have Vlad being picked here, now you don't know if this is going to be a top or mid Vlad.
I agree with the Braum pick, especially in Jirosa's hands. He did play very well last game, trying to do his best to keep his team alive. Unfortunately, the team as a whole just didn't play around Bezel or the Lux, so they really couldn't keep pushing with the lead that they have. But the lead was gained by a lot of plays that Braum made, and his passive proc, he had it procced on the right people. They landed a lot of kills because of that, so having him on the Braum again is definitely a good choice for Akuma Blades. I can see him playing very well again, hands down. But as you said, we are unsure of where Vladimir is going to go. That is a pick that they can flex. I know I've seen both players use it. Bans coming through. It looks like no ADCs have been picked.
Ooh, Tristana banned away from
Lucian.
Center
Lucian. Oh, Lucian banned. Ezreal banned. Oh, we're going to have some immobile ADCs. This is going to be an interesting game. I'm predicting a lot of ADC deaths this game.
I think I predict that every game.
This is true. But I want to see someone play Jhin.
Uh-oh.
Banning... Interesting. Banning Kayn in case J4 was actually a top laner. Swubbuff back on the Vayne. No, don't do it.
No way. No way.
I'm not sure.
I am gonna say
who that would go to.
Ash? I'm a fan of the Ash.
Ash Braum is actually a little
Jinx
disgusting.
is picked. Okay.
Oh, okay. Jinx. This is gonna be a interesting game. I imagine it's gonna be slow paced. However, based on the picks that we see right now, I would still kind of give it to ReBrand because Vladimir, if she touches Jinx, Jinx is gonna die. But then again, my boy Jerosa throwing that shield up at the perfect time. We have seen Fluke's Anivia before. I am pretty sure Fluke is a phenomenal Anivia player. And Anivia is a very good champion at stalling the game, which will definitely help if case Jinx gets put behind, so Jinx can actually get to where she needs to be to carry. So we'll see what the last pick is gonna be, whether it's a jungle pick or a top pick. Okay, looking like okay, so it was a flex. So we're gonna have Vladimir top, and we're gonna have the LeBlanc mid against Anivia. A very interesting choice because Anivia is difficult to kill.
Yes, a well played Anivia is hard to punish in the mid lane, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially if Audio is able to hover around her lane and just keep her safe, at least until level 6 to where she starts wave clearing.
Fluke also a very good. Fluke being a good player, I think she'll be able to handle the onslaught that LeBlanc brings, and after a while, I don't know. Does Anivia outscale?
Yes.
Well, Anivia, yeah.
Yes.
Anivia gets to that point where she just will probably be able to go toe to toe with LeBlanc, no problem.
In this game,
big dominance.
Probably I'm gonna give the late game to Akuma here, but I like the immobility of the LeBlanc Jarvan here. To see if they can get some early picks and make some plays, try to dive or invade. Because if you're LeBlanc there, you want to try to shove your lane with a dematerializer and see if you can help your jungler either find and kill Audio here in his jungle, or maybe help out your bot lane to get them ahead, get your Vayne going.
I partially agree. No, I think I'm also gonna give the end game to Akuma. The only way I see ReBrand, again, this is the 6 item good scenarios for both teams. The only way I see ReBrand really coming through is Bezel or Klein getting into position to kill the Jinx. If Jinx, I think this game's gonna rely on Jinx. Endgame, if Jinx dies, that gives Vayne has no problem endgame taking out Poppy and Sejuani. Her W procs are gonna be going crazy. She's gonna be crit, and if Anivia gets in range and doesn't land a stun or flat out kill Vayne 100%, Vayne will take out Anivia relatively quick as well. So I think it's gonna be if it gets to late game, it's gonna be really explosive. But I'm gonna put a lot of the game on Jinx's hands, I think, because it's gonna be a 4v5 if she doesn't.
I think it's gonna come down to Jarvan engage, because if he can't get past Poppy's wall, there's no engage really else left for ReBrand here. But on the side of Akuma, you're gonna have the Sejuani ulti. You're gonna have people always forget about Anivia's wall and how great that is to pick people off or get summoners.
Yeah, very
true. If you do not, and don't forget about the Poppy Anivia wall combo here too. I haven't seen it done in SFL yet, but I've seen a solo queue where you have the Anivia wall placed and the Poppy just charges somebody into the wall, and all of a sudden just get a free pick. So a lot of different tools to work with here for Akuma. So if you're ReBrand here, you're gonna have to avoid playing around this Poppy for Jarvan, because she's just gonna press W on you. So you either have to just flash Cataclysm, because your normal flag combo is not gonna work here.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely, like I said, it's gonna be more skill required on the side of ReBrand to make that comp work, and it's more straightforward for the side of Akuma. Legit, Akuma just needs to go forward. ReBrand needs to do twisties and turnies to get to Jinx, and then some more twists and turns to survive, and then Vayne has to somehow not die accidentally through all that. But we'll see, because games aren't really getting to that point. So we'll see how the early game is. Akuma really took over early game last time, and I think if ReBrand gets behind this game, coming back is gonna be a little harder than it was last game, potentially. But I could be wrong. But here we go. We're getting into the game.
I'm just really surprised that Gobi, they don't want Gobi back on Nami, because Nami played such a key role in re-engaging these team fights and just resetting them. Because if you're playing for the 5v5 here with a Jarvan and Vlad pick, I think you want something to either buff Vayne, but also keep her safe. And while I'm a Thresh main, so I know he can be pretty great in lane, but when it comes to utility and team fights, you have to play specifically to either, if you don't land your hook pretty much on the person that's on your Vayne, then your Vayne's probably going to die. Whereas if you're Nami, you just press R and then you just speed your Vayne and heal her. So I'm surprised they didn't want to go for the Nami, who's actually good into Braum, because if he throws up his shield, the Nami bubble actually procs off of that shield, so it makes it increases the hitbox of the Nami Q.
I wonder if the Vayne pick was what they originally intended after drafting, because there was a lot of ADC picks that were banned. If it was, maybe they have an idea. Maybe they've been practicing some Thresh Vayne and intend on getting some early kills, because there's nothing worse than getting a Vayne ahead early. But when you have a champion like Braum's really good at just absorbing a lot of that damage, and if you get Jinx early, that's probably the worst thing that could happen for ReBrand. For ReBrand. But I'm a little upset with Fluke, because that skin is absolute trash. Should have went with the Fiesta skin, because that's the best recall animation probably in the game. Looks like they're looking for anime. Toku gave them a high five.
Hey,
said
friends.
Your skill shots are trash. No problem.
That's disrespectful.
That's Toku. Toku was like, yo, what up? I'm blue team too. Just kidding. I like that. So that plan's thwarted. ReBrand doing the line move where they can't get in move. Okay. I noticed Braum doesn't have exhaust, so it is going to be a very bloody bot lane potentially. I do remember Gobi's Thresh being good, so. Oh, Fluke sniffing it out. Here we go. We got J4 looking like he's switching it up. No, not switching it up. He's going for red. I wonder if he's going to go for a level 2 gank. And if he does, where? Because again, Anivia is a little difficult to kill. You have to go through 2 HP bars. And it's actually kind of hard to kill level 1. And it looks like he shut me up. And he's just going to go ahead and clear his normal jungle path. But I also know nothing about jungle. So bot lane looks pretty standardized. No, doesn't look like there's a rush for level 2. Nice trade by the Jinx. Yeah, very nice. Very good damage on the Jinx. Oh, unfortunately, Swibuff missed his auto reset and his auto. Been there, done that. Scuttle control looks like it's going to blue side.
Yep, Sejuani will get the she'll get the top one, but Jarvan's still available to pick up the bot side Scuttle.
Gobi 0 for 1 on hooks. Threw his first one out there. Would have been a huge lane changer if he landed that. Let me see what abilities. Oops. Braum does already have his shield up. He went E second.
So both junglers here doing a full clear of the side they started on, but so this might be a point where they meet a bot lane for a 3v3 if Jarvan doesn't decide to actually do his blue. But I think let's go for the crab. Finish his clear in the blue side, and then perhaps 2 junglers will meet afterwards. A hook lands.
Ooh, unfortunately, Swibuff gets hit by that Jinx W. So one thing I do want to point out, I didn't even think about it. Vlad is gonna have a free lane versus a tank, so Vlad theoretically should be a big boy coming out. He's already CSing very well. Well, I guess everyone's CSing pretty well from the looks of things. I'm not the minion calculator. I don't know how many minions you're supposed to have for the perfect CS at 3 minutes and 50 seconds, but everyone, there's no real deficit anywhere, so everything is even. About 100 gold lead for the blue team, but nothing serious. And this is kind of what I predicted. Nothing. Well, no, I didn't say that.
There's a LeBlanc roam.
Oh.
They have a pick onto Jerosa.
Okay.
He flashes.
Gobi's gonna flash. I
Could
know
be
he
chain.
is.
Oh, such a good dash.
Yep, I told you.
Gobi?
There it is, but it looks like there's some kind of communication error. Jerosa? Yeah, it seemed as though they had a little communication error there. I don't think everyone was on board with the dive.
There's some people backing out, some, and Gobi flashed hooking in.
A little trade going on top lane. Nothing that Vlad can't handle. We got some summoners burned by the supports, but nothing else comes of it.
Good attempt though.
Very good attempt. Fluke not moving though, does find herself a little CS lead now. So that's going to be one issue. If LeBlanc leaves, Anivia isn't really one that wants to leave. Just wants to sit there, hit level 6, and keep that lane pushed. She's really good at pushing.
And then
she has her Tear of Goddess.
And we're going to start to see Vlad building a little bit of a CS lead here. Poppy has some extra maintenance to farm left over still, but he will start gaining his lead, and then hopefully for his team, he's like maybe potentially getting some plates here. Oh, bot lane.
Oh, there's that Braum Q. Unfortunately, he walked on. Unfortunately, he walked into the trap. I don't think he saw it, and Vayne not going to be able to get the counter kill.
And the top lane Audio went for the gank onto Vlad, forcing Klein to burn his flash. So good job by Audio there for the cross map play. While his bot lane was able to secure a 2v2 kill onto themselves, he was able to take advantage of Vlad's aggressiveness top lane and get his flash for that. So not a big, but a good CS lead for Fluke here as Anivia. Not following that roam for LeBlanc bot lane. Team didn't give up anything, so she was able to just accrue about 6 or 7 minion lead to herself here. And Anivia does have her tier now, so wave clear will be a little easier for her with the tier giving her much needed mana for that. Bezel dashes away from the Anivia stun, but Fluke will just go for the wave shove, forcing LeBlanc into a tower hopefully. Bezel lands a chain though onto Fluke, both stuns land each side. Second chain lands, Anivia does have her egg, so Bezel's able to pop the Anivia passive at the expense of his ignite. And looks like Gobi here with the roam flays the wrong way, but lands the hook. This should be a dead Fluke, as long as they get the auto off. And there it is. So Bezelheim's able to get the first kill onto the other mid laner with the help of Gobi here. Good roam from Gobi, even though he played the wrong way.
Very good roam. Sorry, I had to AFK for a second.
No problem. Following you, dude.
Getting a kill on Anivia, very interesting. Able to burn that passive. Now Bezel can hopefully get a solo kill out of it. Fluke gonna have to play very cautious around that passive.
I don't know if that blue pink ward in the bot side river actually spotted Gobi walking up. Most likely didn't if Fluke was not able to react in time. But Jarvan potentially setting up for a gank here via Gobi's lantern.
Gobi
there it
doesn't
goes.
have flash, but he's gonna just go for it all.
They're gonna get flash.
That's unfortunate. So one thing that sucks about playing a mobile champion is that young man called Jarvan. His earth-bending wall skills are really hard on the ADCs. So with that flash being down, that's kill pressure from Vayne.
She's forced to play safer now.
Absolutely. And like you said, we have about 18 CS difference in the top lane.
There's a plate.
Klein getting plates as well. Able to harass him on the turret, but here comes the gank. Misses the stun though.
The Q will land. Yep. Gets the heal back.
Poppy
ultimate misses.
Unfortunate. Klein, successful gank, going over to Toku, but ReBrand responding appropriately. Siege jungle top line. Gonna get a
Ocean,
which is really good for laning.
Ooh.
And, oh, almost stolen by the Sin of Wrath.
Good try by Sin.
Wait, Sin of Wrath. Okay. Is that a 7 Deadly Sin reference? No.
Meliodas is the best, by the way. Anyway, this Ocean Drake's gonna do a lot for pretty much all their laners, even though Vlad doesn't really need the mana. Just having more sustain on Vlad is just gonna make this so much more annoying for Poppy because she doesn't build any Grievous wounds. She's just gonna try to probably build her Spectre's Cowl, maybe adaptive, maybe, but it's not gonna do much for stopping his healing. So it's just gonna be a little more annoying for her in this lane. But a good gank by Audio to punish the Vlad that didn't have flash yet. Good job by them to time it, and
oh, baited out Jerosa's ultimate.
Also, Jerosa trying to stop the lantern by dropping a pink ward, but Steve looks like he was able to get around that, and the hook lands.
And that's gonna be the.
That's a dead Jinx.
Oh, Jerosa said, "Hey, good luck, friend."
Oh.
Unfortunately, Toku not trusting Swibbuff to get in there for that final Q. Burning his flash, but getting the kill anyways.
Yeah, SWBF should have walked up a little bit while he was auto-attacking to make sure once the Cataclysm walls went down, he was still in range to get the kill. But they do secure the kill nonetheless. Goes on to Jarvan. And another hook lands from Gobi. They might go on this one too. They do.
There's the knockup.
There should be another. Oh, stopwatch.
Okay. Oh, stopwatch. 10 minutes. Okay, Jerosa.
And Fluke comes to farm another wave, maybe.
To save the day.
Hey,
just
don't mind me. Just getting my 2 waves. Sorry, Jinx. That's unfortunate.
Oh, your lane's pushing? Well, good luck. Better dodge that hook.
Would be a shame if they froze against you.
Oh.
And Audio, once again, in this top lane, just applying pressure to this Vlad, trying to stop him from snowballing so hard. But then they're trying to collapse onto Audio now.
Like there's a collapse on Audio.
Audio going the wrong way.
Okay.
Oh!
I like Bezel. Bezel repositioned himself. Yep. He wanted to make sure he wasn't in the danger of Anivia.
Gonna try to avoid the.
Yeah. That was good by him.
200 IQ, he avoids the Sejuani ulti or the Q. So I like that play by Bez there. Oh, chain lands onto Fluke though.
Chain land. No CC.
I don't think.
Eggs down.
That's passive up.
That's a. Oh no, his passive is
so
up.
Now the passive down again.
Unfortunate.
Another kill onto Bezel.
Going to Bezel. So pretty much everything I said about playing safe and how hard it is to kill Anivia is just going in the trash can.
Well, 1v1 it is hard, but when it's the 3v1, it's a little easier to kill the Anivia.
Gobi and Toku doing a good job of making sure that Bezel can get into a position where honestly maybe Bezel will be able to just flat out solo Fluke, and if that's ever a thing where Fluke can't be in lane, oh no. Okay, we're clearing out vision. So I like what ReBrand's doing. They know that there's a ADC, immobile ADC in the bot lane. Summoner's down. They're just gonna keep pressuring it. That's what the Thresh is for. Every time his hook is off cooldown, Gobi's throwing it out to see what they have. We have Cutlass on Vayne working towards her Borg. CS across the map is actually pretty okay. Poppy.
Yeah, so
lowering that CS lead as well.
A little more even game than what we came into last game, where it was clearly that Akuma were ahead. But Rift Herald dropped into the bot lane. They see that the bot lane roamed up towards the mid lane, so Akuma here trying to take advantage, get some plates. They might actually get this tower if they're...
No, they're not going to get a tower because Big Daddy Clane coming down for the flank.
Oh, they're going to get the tower.
Well, they're going to be a tower.
They're all in for the tower. They do get it.
There's going to be... here's a team fight. Everybody's here. Jinx dead by Bezel.
Poppy's in the back line.
3-man ultimate on Klein. He's coming in. He's invulnerable. Braum dead on the... Or Braum low on the side. There's the J4 ultimate. Vayne. Oh, Vayne. Akuma Blade's actually coming through in the end. But 9 and Bezel are still up and healthy. But gonna get zoned. Wow, couldn't do enough damage to take down the Braum and the Sejuani. Yeah. So what looked like a potentially awesome flank by ReBrand was actually answered appropriately by Akuma Blades. Well played by them to respond, get the turret, get some kills, and walk out for a 1-for-3.
The Poppy...
Unfortunately, my condolences to the Jinx.
Poppy played a huge part there. She was able to stop the Vlad's proto bot by going off with her W, and then she stunned him against the walls just to buy her team time to deal with anybody else in the backline there. But yeah, ReBrand looking to get this Inferno though, at least to see if they can get something back for the first tower they lost.
That was well played by Akuma, but that was still a dangerous situation. We saw there was a lot of low HP bars. If Poppy didn't play that perfectly like he did, and Vlad was able to do damage, slash when Vlad starts to get more items, you're not going to be allowed to just give Vlad a free 3-man ultimate and be in the middle of your team like that.
Yeah. But that's also why you pick Poppy too for these team fights. You're not really picking her for the lane. You're picking her for her usefulness in team fights, and for that team fight, she did her job pretty well there. Was able to just take Vlad out of the fight until the end, and by the time he was able to put any pressure on anybody, they were able to walk away with a first tower and, what, 3 kills?
Yeah.
But ReBrand opting to follow to match the bot lanes here on the top side. They're sending Vlad down to the bot, but Gobi might be caught. Has to flash out. Hook lands onto Jerosa, and nothing's going to come of this. And Poppy engaged onto the Vlad. She has red buff. Toku going in top lane.
Toku going in. He has ultimate. Oh!
Sin is just
no, yeah.
positioning poorly here. Another kill for Bezel.
Yeah, Sin cannot be abandoned like that. If you're playing a champion like Jinx, your position is the most important thing in the game.
And meanwhile, if you're Fluke, you're saying, oops, hey, I pinged missing, but I'm getting this wave.
So you see the Vlad. There was a lot of trading. It looked like the Poppy was winning, but Vlad just healing it all back up.
Especially that Ocean Drake is helping a lot too.
And Toku?
The wall?
Okay.
Nope, not gonna land the wall.
Okay. Toku out safe. He does still have ultimate. We have flashes up for everyone on Akuma's side outside of the Sejuani. So I guess they are willing to play a little bit more aggressive, knowing that they can get out of any sticky situation. Every time I hear your fork, I know. By the way, stream, Leak's eating. Jeez.
Yo, how you gonna wrap me out like that? Come on. You ordered food on stream. I want to hear it. Don't wait for me.
Okay, so Akuma, just like game 1.
Fluke?
Oh, there's a stun. Let's see damage test. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see what Fluke damage looks like yet. But going back to the game itself, Akuma really outplaying ReBrand when it comes to the early game. But we saw what happened last time. ReBrand knows how to come together as a team and really work that map. So we'll see if Akuma can keep this lead and actually have it grow and do something with it, unlike the first game.
Bezel into the chain. Audio's dead.
Devil, that's a dead audio.
Oh,
that's
Jerosa.
A freaking, I believe like a fly hook. Oh, Jinx staying in range for the
wall.
Something I never do for my play, especially if they play Rakan.
Bezel fell the W. He fell distortion. But a good job to get the pick nonetheless onto audio there.
Very good.
But this adapt film doing wonders for Poppy here. Able to at least keep Vlad at bay, not drop the turret as fast as he'd like, and the response here from ReBrand is going to send LeBlanc and Jarvan to the mid lane to take this mid tower. So even though you have an Anivia that's been just wave clearing for the past 17 minutes, it's actually the ReBrand that get the first mid lane tower.
Not opting to use the TP either to hold down that turret.
She has to TP for more CS.
But where? That would have been an opportunity.
The waves will come. Because everything is good now for ReBrand, potentially, but you have to remember... Sin of Wrath!
Bezel finding the picks. Okay.
Oh, heal used.
Bezel really good at finding picks, and Akuma needs to respect that. Jinx needs to know if LeBlanc's not on the map, you need to be wary. Bezel really good at finding those kills, he just doesn't have the items yet. Once he gets the items, Jinx sitting at an 1/8 of her HP with heal blown is going to have a really bad time.
And ReBrander had a really good line of wards in the topside river. Now that, of course, when I say that, Akuma's going to clear them all out now. But they've been doing a really good job of just overall as a team buying pinks and control wards and just trying to get Vengeance somewhere to help Bezel, to pretty much enable Bezel to go for these picks.
Yeah.
Because while we can sit here and say, you know, Jinx should probably be playing safer. It's a lot harder to play safer when we don't know where LeBlanc is coming from.
Oh, absolutely. As much as Jinx may be dying, she is still getting her farm. She is ahead in CS of the Vayne. I believe their gold is, yeah, she has more gold than Vayne as well, so she's actually in a pretty decent position. So sometimes you have to sacrifice a few deaths to get the big W. So right now we have a 5v5. Oh,
Push Poppy W
opting
away.
not to go on the Poppy. But this is a big Drake. They already have an Infernal, so they want the second one. It would. Akuma definitely looking to.
Oh, the good wall by Fluke here. But it's gonna expire and the dragon temporarily resets. It's gonna actually reset again. Klein's in the back.
Oh, there's Klein in the background, in the back line.
Four people on the back.
They're pushed off. That's gonna be a Drake going to.
He flashed, but he can't. He has no escape. Poppy stole it. How did Poppy's a genius!
Poppy slamming the ground with her hammer, smacking everybody to include the Drake. Gets the steal. Unfortunate for ReBrand. They didn't want to take the fight. They wanted to just take the Drake. But Toku actually, I don't know where he was, but he actually didn't. Oh, so close by Bezel. But Toku didn't smite the Drake, it doesn't look like.
No,
neither junglers did.
I don't know if they expected that much burst damage to come down from the Poppy God. That's why she didn't flash out of the pit. She flashed for the Dragon Steel.
Freaking hammer's OP.
And it looks like, yeah, Bezel was potentially a second away from a double kill, but unfortunately not able to get the kill. Hook lands onto Anivia, but now Thresh is stuck. Anivia's saying, no, I caught you. But Bezel comes saying, I got you.
Nice!
Bezel
did.
Drosa trying to buy time.
W. Oh, but so that's the thing. Even though Anivia was caught out, he's able to survive with his passive, and now potentially other people.
Everybody walks
not
away.
Having his ultimate means they're safe, but potentially putting everyone else in a bad situation on the side of ReBrand. Bezel did a really good job outplaying that whatever CC move with his W move. And top lane shenanigans are the same. I'm Vlad, I'm gonna heal and be a nuisance. I'm Poppy, I'm gonna run at you until my HP disappears. Cool.
Okay, let me just stop watching these two. Alright. Okay, never mind. No, Observer wants to watch these two.
The Observer?
Yes.
Riot Observer? Oh. Okay, looks like we're gonna go for an actual fight.
Oh, Vlad, is he gonna ult this?
It's just
he could ult this. I think at this point Vlad should ult this. Yep, there it is.
Okay, there it is.
Vlad's gonna win this.
Okay, there's the slow, there's the huge
that's it.
And that's a solo kill.
Poppy forgot what her job is.
Yeah, she forgot what her job is.
Yeah, your job is to hold Vlad in lane and not try to go for the solo kill here, so maybe that's a wake-up call for Catharsis in the top lane. I think he's an AD main. Uh-oh, Gobi might be caught.
Gobi doing his justice. Oh!
Gobi's so terrifying. He's 1v2, and they're walking away from him.
Who's pulling it in?
Gobi, no!
Oh, no, team! Someone take the lantern!
If I'm Thresh, I'm literally I'm reporting my team. Just run it down mid, Gobi. Just nobody flashed for the lantern.
Uh-oh, now it looks like Swubbuff may be caught. No,
Bezelheim? Oh, Bezel is caught.
That is a catch. Audio holding on to that. Oh, Bezel unfortunately couldn't dodge it.
Oh, Bezel! Jukes
when you have 1,000 W's, it's easy peasy. Audio wasting his time trying to chase
Bezel with the jukes!
Yeah, Bezel's gonna get away scot-free.
Audio just stands there in disbelief as Klein takes the tower and is pushing onto the inhibitor turret now.
Hasn't even backed yet. Klein is sitting on 2,300 gold. Hasn't backed. I believe that's enough gold for
Jarvan?
full-on Rabadons.
There's
another pick by the Bezel. Bezel low on HP, so not willing to commit. Jarosa had to flash out.
I don't know if he had to flash out. I think he was okay, but rather be safe than sorry, because you had Klein that did deep teleport in. But once Klein's able to buy, I think that's his Rabadon. Oh no, Vayne!
No.
Just forcing the Vayne flash here.
That is unfortunate.
Tumbled into the Anivia wall.
I know that feel. Fortunately, they did did a good job of keeping Anivia down, so Anivia doesn't have any crazy items to have one shot my boy Swibboof. I mean, the ADC Swibboof.
But you did get the flash though,
ReBrand.
with the wall.
Did get the flash, so that means Vayne's a little less maneuverable in the next team fight.
She's not gonna be able to play as aggressive as she'd like, most likely. But another Infernal Drake about to spawn in 50 seconds, the second one for this game. And ReBrand trying to use their dragons to win them this game, especially with the damage team composition that they have.
Looking at the goal lead, it's actually back in ReBrand's favor. I don't. Never mind. I had a moment. I apologize.
Klein does have his Rabadons now, so he's going to be a huge threat in this team fight. And Fluke actually is caught out. Bezel lands the chain.
Bezel and the chains, having the Zanyas. Okay, Zanya freaking Winterstorm OP.
Bezel can't dash.
Out, but he's getting out. Bezel is dead to
Shut
the Anivia.
down. There it is.
The E over the wall.
That Poppy, they'll be playing a huge key there, not allowing Bezel to escape.
I haven't looked at
but Klein.
Okay, Klein.
Zoning ulti.
Klein was just because he saw Jinx in a bit of a peculiar spot, forcing him to flash. Needs to be a little bit more respectful, even if you just got a kill.
So I think Fluke can kill Klein here.
Does he have another E up?
Oh my goodness.
Night. Fluke's zone control.
This is the Nivea. This is it.
Oh no.
She's gonna go for the. Steve wasn't paying attention once again into the wall.
That's gonna be a wall.
Oh my goodness.
By Winterstorm. It's freezing over here.
Oh.
Akuma making the flash E so that they can finish. It's Toku gonna be able
to he stole it!
Toku in there! Ult out! Oh, if he would have got out, that would have been clean. If he would have ulted out.
Took a lantern maybe? Yeah.
He would have come out. I would have been wet. Well played by Toku.
Okay,
Fluke really. Okay, go ahead.
No.
So Fluke doing a good job of keeping them out, getting a couple solo kills, really showing the power of what Anivia can do. But Toku kind of mushed all that nonsense away, stealing the Baron, and now we'll see what they can do with it. They have two members up, Bezel and Gobi, being the two members with Baron up. So we'll see if they can do any kind of a Baron power play, if you will. We have some pings coming over to the Cloud Drake, so we'll see if we have another team fight for that.
Pretty much name of this game, or this series, is whoever starts the objective first loses the objective. So you don't want to start the objectives here because both junglers are just stealing it from each other.
Bezel out in the woods. If Poppy walks by and doesn't check that bush.
Bezel with the flank though.
I don't think they know where Bezel is. There's no pings for it.
No, he's done such a good job of sneaking around. This is such a good LeBlanc thing.
This is gonna be a dead Anivia, but unfortunately Gobu's picked. But at the same time,
the chain
on Anivia, he flashed out. Oh no, Gobu picked. There's the slow by Braum. That's a dead.
Oh no.
Fluke with the 6th kill of the game, really playing her heart out. Trying to make sure this game goes to a game 3, but they have Baron minions and they're going down mid lane. Unfortunately, it's just Bezel. Not the LeBlanc, not the best tower taker in the game.
No, but a really good attempt there from Bezel. He got a really good flank. Forced the flash out of the Anivia, so at least for next fight, they are going to have a little bit easier time getting to this bird.
Absolutely, but nice control on the side of Akuma. Audio landing that CC onto the flashless.
That's like an award.
The flashless Vayne that was his flash was burned by Fluke earlier. Really doing a good job. Fluke landing.
Fluke?
Is this a solo kill?
Oh, the Zanyas.
That's big really damage. Good. Okay, the 1v1.
Got the
There's
egg.
the bird, but does he have the damage for both?
I don't think he will.
Oh.
Yeah, Poppy gets there in time.
But Bezel still finding kills.
Good job by Bezel.
If he's able to do that again, that's going to be a dead bird. But Fluke showing that he can stand toe-to-toe, relatively strong. Klein also still scaling up. They still have a lot of scaling to go. Jinx doing a very good job of farming. Close to having the highest farm in the game.
Yeah. I mean, all she needs is just one team fight, and then that's the game, or that's just resets for her. So, with the way that Steve or SWBF has been dying these fights, is just that's potentially a reset for this Jinx.
Yeah, he's not really getting enough autos to really let that Ginsu do the job for him. There hasn't really been a solid 5v5 fight. This always seems to be a pick beforehand, so we'll see what it's like when these teams go head to head.
Yeah, no QSS is built either for anybody on either team, so but a potential
is
engage
interesting.
onto Catharsis.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a good night Toku, but Bezel and Toku now
oh,
have a flank. Gobu and Swibuff running for their life. There's no flash. I don't know if you should take that lantern.
uh, they are going for the mid lane tower now.
Yep.
What a good response by Akuma. That they realized that hey, they sent their jungle down bot lane, and then we just zoned up the bot lane.
Toku behind. Oh, Toku's got ultimate on Jinx. Jinx is still alive, but we have Vayne's free.
Bezel?
I think he's stuck. No, he's stuck. Okay, there's the dead audio.
Bezel gets
Bezel
out.
getting away. Vayne just gonna chase Karthus down, no problem. That's a dead Karthus. Cartharsis. Poppy.
2 for 3. They break the base open.
Toku doing a good job of ulting Jinx. Jinx without flash. Again, when you have a J4, it's really hard to play around.
Yeah.
So he put him in the ring, and there was nowhere he can go. Klein flashing in, making sure he does max damage to everybody. Bezel and Swibuff really just cleaning it up. So well played by ReBrand to stop that push. They did get a tower on the side of Akuma though, so the base is open down mid. So
And
we'll see if they can do anything about that to put ReBrand a step back, have an inhibitor down.
And we saw what happens when Vayne does not die first. She's able to pick up a couple kills here, and they actually win the fight on the side of ReBrand, despite losing a tower. So if Vayne's able to get a QSS here and start potentially getting out of these Sejuani or Anivia stuns, she could potentially start carrying some of these fights. And with the Baron spawning in 50 seconds, we're going to have both teams try to set up vision around this area. And we're going to see who's going to steal it this time. Good job by Toku to delay his flag combo to not get interrupted by the Anivia wall.
Nope. Speaking of the Anivia wall, he has 3 points in his W. As the game gets later, that wall gets bigger. Becomes a huge nuisance, so the zone control of Anivia is going to be really difficult for ReBrand to deal with, especially the Vayne.
And this is at a point where Jinx has her 3 core items with the red buff. She has a really beefy front line, so you're going to have to commit a lot to get to her, and without flashes on pretty much the Vlad, it's, how much pressure can you really exert here on the Jinx? Good stun here by Fluke.
Braum punching the minions.
Hey man, some just gotta fist it to him. But the Baron is started up by Akuma here. They might be just trying to bait the fight. Looks like they are trying to bait it. They do get a lot of damage onto the Vlad. Vlad's in trouble. He uses his W.
No, he has to use his W prematurely.
He gets the ultimate
nice
off.
dodge though. If only he had a Zanya's.
Vayne's alive still?
He's dead. He does get his
Look
ult
at Jinx.
off. Vayne is alive, but Jinx getting them resets. She's in a nice spot, standing behind the team.
And do Akuma go back to Baron, or are they PTSD'd?
2-0. Akuma chosen to get
They're
the
gonna go for the
inhib.
inhib.
They're probably getting hib, back off, get the infernal. That's sitting for them as well. Bezel though, at least there's pings this time, so they're aware. Bezel, good ward by Braum to see Bezel, and now Audio can actually do something about it, making sure that Bezel doesn't do any cheeky plays, and that's gonna be a free inhibitor. Good job again by Fluke, that large zone control, catching out the Vlad, killing him before he can actually get in there and do any damage. But Vlad is working on his Zanya's now, so he did land about a 3 or 4 man ultimate, so if he had Zanya's, he would have healed a lot of that damage up.
Yep.
Doesn't look like there's any grievous wounds on the side. Oh, well, Jinx just picked up a grievous wound item now. But still, it's a pretty big heal, so we'll see. The items are starting to come through. It's starting to get really close to the end game.
A very good job by Akuma there to see the opportunity of the team fight after they chunked out Vlad. But we can't count on ReBrand yet. They still have this late game Vayne, and Bezel has been finding flanks left and right onto Fluke here. So I think it's going to come down to this Baron. And Akuma are starting to get, now that they realize ReBrand were on the Cloud Drake. So I don't think they're going to get here in time.
But but Klein is in the wings, so
Klein could
they
try to
might be
stall.
able to get a full-on fight.
Oh, the wall.
Got
They
cut,
get the
but
Baron.
however, he's the Baron. But here comes the fight. 5-man ultimate on Klein. Jinx surviving barely, but Jinx is out of the fight. She's not getting off any autos. Oh man, zoning by Fluke. Bezel in the backline, actually finding them. They can't retreat. Bezel's making sure they don't back. Oh, he's letting them live. He's a kind god. Very good flank by Klein. That was almost a very
Bad situation.
bad Baron call for them, but they were able to at least get out. So now they have Baron. They do have an inhibitor down, so they can set up the. I doubt they're gonna send Poppy to split. I don't see why they would, but they can choose a lane and push it down, and we'll see how ReBrand reacts to that.
Yeah, and now that you have Baron buff minions, it's getting harder for this Vlad to clear out the side lane. So if they can either send Poppy, well, for either Vlad or LeBlanc, so they can send Poppy to a side lane here now that she has her TP up soon, and shove another wave in. Instead of, I don't think sending 5 down mid is the answer. They should probably send 4 bot and 1 to the top if they are trying to make the best use of this Baron. But we shall see. Looks like they are just waiting to push up this wave, but with.
So it looks like they're choosing the bot lane. Top lane's gonna be pushing against them. Good wave control on the side of ReBrand. Pushing out mid. They have top pushing against them. Or for them, whatever the proper wording is. So all they have to do is siege that bottom lane. I'm not sure how much longer the inhibitor has.
But
We'll
Akuma
see.
playing
It's
this
gonna be good on 5v5.
methodically. They try to get us onto the Vayne, don't land it. But now that we see a stopwatch onto the Jinx, Toku trying to go in.
Oh, there's the ultimate. He ults the tanks though. But again, there's Vayne getting a lot of free auto attacks. That's gonna be a dead Braum. There's a
They
dead
get the Braum.
Oh, CC'd on Vayne. No QSS to get out of it. But again,
Jinx is
no
not auto
one's killing
attacking.
Vayne. Jinx not in a position to do the
Oh,
damage. Oh
Vayne?
no, Swim's getting a little bit too close. Again, oh, there's Clyde coming in as well.
Oh,
Jinx
get
gets
the.
a reset, but there's nothing. She's not. Oh, Bezel. Oh,
Oh,
Goku landing a hook. Oh, there's. Oh no! Unfortunately,
Vayne's
Swim
dead.
getting too close. Oh, but what can Klein do? There is dead people on the side of Akuma Blades. Klein fighting for
Can
his
he get
life.
away?
Running, he can't. There's the dead Fluke. A lot of patience on the side of Akuma. Jinx finding few opportunities to auto, but her auto attacks were powerful.
Such a close fight.
And it looks like that's gonna be
game. I think that's game.
That is end.
Yeah, because it's only going to be Thresh and Thresh and Jarvan in 10 seconds, but I think that should be game, especially with the
I think
minions
the
here.
second engage by Toku probably was a little bit of a reach, not having the ultimate to do anything. He was cucked by Poppy, and really trying to chase a Anivia is really hard to do when you just drop your walls and you're running into her abilities. And Jinx was able to stay safe. So even though Swibuff and Bezel, Klein, actually everyone really played the fight well, but I think they just overchased and they couldn't finish it, and Akuma took full advantage. Jinx was able to stay alive enough to do damage even though Klein killed her in the end, and then Fluke, Audio, and the Poppy end up taking the W for the team by running it down mid.
Yeah, all Jinx did was that one reset, was able to get a little bit more damage out, but Klein's able to kill her. But you know, it's the Anivia. It's hard to get through to the Anivia. And that's that late game that we were talking about. So, any last thoughts about that game? What do you want to see?
Clear.
What do you want to see from each team going to game 3?
Well, I want from. So honestly speaking, Akuma played that game 2 perfectly, or at least very well. Outside of this Baron steal, had they got that Baron, imagine the game would probably have ended sooner. But Akuma is consistently getting early game leads. ReBrand were able to keep up with them this time, but Akuma steadily peels off. Fluke on Anivia really held on, and I don't know, I think that game was just kind of Big Mama Fluke really just I can't say pull her balls out, but you pulled her ovaries out, and just dropped it on the team. I mean, I don't know. Fluke really did a good job of holding it down consistently. If you look at the Baron, even though the Baron was stolen, it was Fluke who was able to get what 3, I think, solo kills to hold them off.
Yes.
So if Toku didn't get that steal, I mean, Fluke really played out of her mind that game. It allowed again. I mean, it was pretty much like I said. Fluke paused the game so that the Jinx can also get into the game. And you saw Jinx had a lot of CS, even though she died. ReBrand did a great job of keeping Jinx down. I loved seeing that. They were bot lane constantly. Unfortunately, Vayne wasn't getting kills from it. Vayne was also kind of dying or just not really getting anything out of it, which is kind of a feels bad.
It was essentially what Bezel did in game 1, where he was able to stall out the game with his picks, but in game 2, Fluke was able to do the same thing, but with the Anivia walls and just catching people out and just zoning out the Vlad. So game 3 is going to see which mid laner is able to apply more pressure or stall the game to late game better for their late game carry. Do you ban Jinx here? If you're ReBrand?
I don't Jinx. I don't think.
Or do you ban Anivia?
Okay, Jinx wasn't the problem this game. It was really Fluke. I know Fluke is a strong player, very respectable. I'm pretty sure she has an immense champion pool as well.
Yes.
So it's one of those situations where it's really difficult to ban her out.
I think
Bezel took over, like you said. Bezel took over game 1. Fluke kind of took over, or no, not kind of. Fluke took over game 2. The ADCs really didn't shine. Swibuff unfortunately fell into Fluke's claws a couple times, having to burn that flash. Not able to have the flash for the next play, then getting caught by the Sejuani ult was really unfortunate. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you ban against Fluke. Anivia was a problem.
I think you banned the Anivia and you put Fluke back on Zoe, because while Zoe's really annoying and Fluke plays a great Zoe, I think the Anivia wall just seems like so much more of a guaranteed pick than a Zoe bubble. Because you can build QSS against a Zoe bubble, but you can't build anything for the Anivia wall. You have to flash. And Thresh can only lantern one person. So I would say if they can ban the Anivia, I'd do that. But like you said, Fluke has a champion ocean, and it doesn't. Whatever, if you ban something, she'll just pull out something else. I think when we were lane 0, we banned 5 mid lane champions against her, and we barely won. So maybe that's a strategy, or maybe.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. It's all you.
Yeah. So like I was saying, I would like to see. There was a little bit of mid lane focus. I think if they can get Bezel ahead and bot lanes just go even, I think that'd be good for ReBrand. The top lane is literally an island for both of these teams. There was bot lane focus, but it didn't necessarily go in ReBrand's favor. I'm trying to recall, there was multiple ganks, and I know that they got some kills on the Jinx, but the team, Akuma as a team, was always able to reciprocate and turn it into their favor. So if ReBrand can get those ganks off, either mid or bot, and not get punished for it, then that'll be good for them. But for now, we're gonna go take a break.
And we are back for Game 3 in this exciting series between Akuma and ReBrand. I'm here with my co-caster Zyzo.
That's me.
And I'm Leek.
They didn't ban Anivia.
And I think the only changed ban looks like was a Sejuani, but they swapped sides though. And Saber first pick though, going for SWBF. So not playing the Vayne for this third game.
Sivir's a good pick.
Okay. I see what we're doing here. Oh, and Akuma opting to take the Jarvan away from Toku last game. Toku was pretty effective in punishing the Jinx last game with that Jarvan, but now we're going to see if Audio is able to do the same to the Sivir.
I agree.
You're such a tit. I swear to God.
I really do agree. But the Morgana coming out, really unfortunate champion with the ability to deny every ability in the game. So we'll see how ReBrand deals with that. And they're gonna deal with it with a no.
The Janna. So instead of having Gobi play the Thresh to play the Jarvan, they're gonna go the Janna because I guess maybe they're afraid of Morgana countering the Thresh.
Interesting. I would have imagined him going Nami instead. Nami providing easier laning, nice heals. Janna is still, I can't say a top tier support. She's been nerfed into the ground, but her kit is still insane if played well. But it's a really high skill cap, so Gobi's mechanics are going to be tested here to really make this Janna really, really effective. And that's just being honest because of the nature of the champion nowadays, with all her changes to her tornado. And we have a Tristana, so Tristana Morgana versus Sivir Janna in the bot lane.
Rap God?
Tristana Morgana Sivir Janna in the bot lane. Banning the next game. J4 Vlad no longer in the frame. 22 seconds left. Gragas gonna drink him to death. I don't stop, can't stop. What's the next ban? Talan? Ooh, Anivia. Goodbye, Fluke. Duke. Go back to school, learn the fluke. I'll stop it there. I don't like to rap too often, you know. I don't like people hearing me for free, but I'll allow that one.
Bars? Alright, anyway, back on topic. The Anivia ban does come out from ReBrand, so they aren't going to get the scale that they had last game from Fluke, but as we said in the post-game lobby of Game 2, Fluke has a bunch of champions that she can pull out of her pocket, so not too worrisome if you're the mid laner for Akuma here.
Also, banning the Malzahar, which I think is interesting. Bezel doesn't seem like a Malzahar player. Okay, so
Lissandra ban.
Lissandra ban. Didn't want to see Lissandra. Got it.
I don't know if Catharsis plays Lissandra top, but actually, I know. Oof. I'm wondering if we get a. I don't know what you pick here.
You pick downright Darius or Gangplank.
Alright, that's downright Gangplank. But now for your mid laner, what is Bezel going to blind pick into his matchup? Do we get the Orianna? The Victor?
It's Gragas mid.
That's not Gragas mid.
Imagine going old school.
Okay, so now we're going to have this Gragas mid because Alzo says so.
Now we're going to have this next game.
That's Corki. Okay. Corki always a safe pick in the mid lane into any matchup. We saw it today in LCS. Played pretty well. But now Fluke with the counter pick. We'll see what she will pick up here. She has her Zoe, her Vel'Koz, but hovering the Zillionaire now. I don't know. Is it going to be the Zoe? It is. So opting for a more supportive mid laner this game. Unless you're telling me that's a Morgana mid. That'd be the ultimate bait.
So interesting team composition coming from ReBrand, going for straight power. It seems like. I imagine Toku will go full tank, but if not, that's just raw damage.
If
2 ADCs and a Gangplank.
If this game goes late, I have to give it to the ReBrand here. I think double A to carry plus Gangplank. You have triple threat versus essentially like a threat and a half on Akuma, because Zillion, you're going to be looking to keep your Tristana alive in essence or in theory. But Fluke has been popping off, so she could just be double bombing everybody on this game. But I would give the late game to ReBrand here.
I want to give I think I'm gonna give the late game to Akuma actually, because I fear that with the team comp that ReBrand has, it's gonna be scary for people to go in, and whoever Toku goes in on, Zillion can stop that. But you have Zion and J4 J4 and Siren are willing to just jump in, and you have Morgana bindings. ReBrand legit only have the Tropical Storm that is Janna to throw a random Q to knock someone up, I guess, but they really only have Gragas as far as initiation goes. But on the flip side, actually, as long as ReBrand is always kiting back, actually, you know what? I'm not sure.
Okay. Got it, dude. Thanks.
Yo, you guys got it? Everyone understand that?
Alright, what he's saying is they both have good late games. There you go.
No, okay, I think so. I think on a head-to-head, I'm gonna give it to Akuma because they have ways
more
to
frontline. They have more frontline, maybe. Okay.
Yeah,
And
no one on ReBrand's gonna want to go in. They're gonna be scary. I would, but at the same time, Basil's a man. So's 9-line Klein. Does it all the time. His engages are sublime. But y'all don't deserve a second.
We need to pay for that one. Royalty-free Zaizo caster today.
I should just spit bars for a minute and 20 seconds.
But you won't do it.
Bet on. Here we go. Rapping like the movie Tron. I'm electric blue. Sky blue, do the do. You know me. Who you? I put on my shoe, play Zillion, throw a couple bombs, revive Megatron. That's a Tristana skin if you picked right. Not that cute one with the candy cone looking all tight. But now I'm Gragas, debonair. I walk like my belly's the only thing in the air.
Dude, you got 35. Come on, reset. 35. Let's go. Get in there, dude. And end it with the belly. Let's go.
I lost it. Belly in the air. Speak in the air. I'm Janna. I have a lot of mana. Favorite food is a banana. Pass to Sivir. I'm here. I'm a thief. At least that's what I talk about. Don't understand my lore because I got this item that I throw all about that. And then Corky comes around, blowing up everyone's town. Got TP to do it twice, kill me coming back thrice. Bombs for days, Gatling gun all the ways. Gangplank, I'm a pirate, har. Now you out of sight it. Peace. Oof.
What is wrong with you?
Excuse me?
That was great, that's what I was meant to say.
See if ReBrand can really focus on that early game, get I don't know, Corky ahead, Sivir scaling, Tristana scaling, everybody's scaling. I think this is going to be a long one.
Hopefully not, because I
I
want to see the pop off.
Well, you have Kleptomancy on Gangplank, so he's in it for the long con. I mean, every other champion is just doing stuff. On the side of Akuma, you have Sion just being Sion, I guess.
Sion is, to me, the most OP tank top laner. He doesn't need any resources, he doesn't need any ganks. He just soaks up ganks, damage, and just is a huge factor in the late game with this team fight.
Yeah.
He just gets like 6,000 HP with Stoneplate and Warmogs. Or Sunfire. So it's definitely a pretty OP tank in my book.
He does have Death Grasp. So we'll see if he can stack up some serious HP on the Gangplank, but I don't know. It's gonna be a big farm lane. But here we go, game 3. Let's see who the decider is. Oh, that's a beautiful Morgana skin.
Update on Morgana.
Bloody-
New visuals.
I like the man
Oh,
Scion skin.
and Akuma going for the bot lane invade on the tri-push.
Oh, I hope they're following
The exact.
Rosa's exact path.
Yes.
They better follow his exact path. If they do this right, they might. Ooh, are they doing it right?
Oh, SWBF is staying on the top side, so we'll see him. And he does. He does get out.
E?
Oh,
He
starts
starts
E. This guy's a god.
My man. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, challenger player like Swubov, you wait until you see the enemy before you decide to actually pick a skill. However, there's going to be a level 1 deficit as far as combat stats go.
But you'll take that.
So,
you'll take that. Definitely.
There is potential for Tristana, the Sin of Wrath, to hard push and with the Morg binding maybe have something happen. But we do have exhaust going on Gobi.
Gobi might die here.
Gobi is a god.
Okay.
It looks like there were more folks
There's
on
one of the ward, yeah.
trying to kill him, yeah. This is gonna be a not bloody game, I imagine.
Interested to see if
unless Audio and Toku have something to say about it.
I think both junglers gonna go for their standard full clears again, like last game. But Bezel getting the first shove here. Ooh, and that
nice Swubov E.
That spell shield.
Okay, Swubov.
Uh oh, Janus shield's on. Another auto. Ooh, okay. That hurts. Oh, no spell shield this time though.
Okay, nice auto attack by Tristana. What did she start? Oh, she started Q. Interesting.
Tristed?
Yep.
Oh, I've never seen that before. I've only seen E start.
It's interesting, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, sure this might be a potential level 2 gank from Gragas around to the bot lane. We'll see if he changes it up, but he's just gonna go on towards this the Scuttle Crab. But collapse on the top side. Jarvan zoned out from the Scuttle Crab. So good response from Gangplank and Corki, shoving up their lanes and roaming down to stop Jarvan from getting this crab. Jarvan's still hanging around here. He might have been spotted on that ward though. And Klein doing a lot of damage to Scion. Scion might die here. Oh no. Klein thought he had him, didn't have the Q back up yet. Flashed for a dominance, I like to say. But Scion escapes with his life through the mercy of Klein here. And you have Toku on a ward right now. So Sin and Dross are still playing up. I don't know if they noticed that Toku's right here. But okay, they were playing up and Toku was on the ward, so Spell Shield is late from the Morgana, so that's gonna be a jump out, luckily for Tristana here. Actually, Gobi might die here. Great bind from Jerusa. Lands the binding onto Gobi, gets the kill. Instead of that, jumping forward again to try to get a reset kill onto SWBF. Nice spell shield from him, dodging out on the binding from Jerusa, but not exactly how I thought that was going to go with the gank from Gragas there. Gragas was sitting on a ward, but maybe they just knew what they were doing. They were going to bait him into a 2v3, and were able to make a ReBrand pay there. So good start for the bot lane of Akuma. They get the kill onto the person they want to get that gold. Damage being traded mid lane, and you have Sin and Joster trying to shove in the tower to get their reset off. But big wave stacking for Klein here on the top lane, so he does have a pretty significant CS lead. As expected in this matchup, though. And there is the BF sword purchase from Tristana, so it's going to have a huge damage increase over the coal purchase from SWBF. Unfortunately, that gank not working out for them, so Server here is forced to buy something that's going to prolong her Infinity Edge even further. So. But still somewhat of a quiet early game. Junglers have not actually been impactful this game as of yet, and they are nearing level 5. Toku makes another round towards the bot lane, drops his Ghost Poro, roams up but is going to be spotted by this ward as Fluke TP's back to the mid lane, lands a double bomb onto Bezelheim, or at least on the minions next to Bezelheim. And Gobi getting some good damage off here. Oh, that's really unfortunate from Toku. He's trying to flash ahead of the spell shield timing, but Jurosa with a quick trigger, able to spell shield his AD carry, takes the flash away from Gragas, and nothing coming about from that gank, while Bezel's able to TP in the mid lane and try to shove back this wave. Klein's doing a lot of damage to Catharsis again. Catharsis getting dangerously low. This could be the
getting really low. Doing that with no flash. I don't know what you were fighting that for, Karth. Is going to try to get some CS, but unfortunately, that's a solo kill for Klein.
Gobi?
Last thing you want to see is a Gangplank get ahead, but Gobi.
Jarvan's here. He failed the flag.
Okay. Unfortunate flash failure.
Oh, that was a free kill.
But Toku getting out safe. Bezel auto attacking people with his R.
Yeah, a lot of punches being thrown here, back and forth. By the way, everybody, Zazzle's eating. Letting you all know that now. He abandoned me to eat. Oh, light spell shield from the server. She's gonna fall. Jurosa. Hey, just deciding why not throw the bind. Let's see if you have the reaction time. SWF just a little too slow on the spell shield, costs her her own life. And now I wouldn't be surprised to see a double Cole. I'm just kidding. But there should be perhaps 2 plates for the jungle. Oh, actually, no, they back off. They see that Corgi's roaming down. Bezel exerting a lot of pressure here. Just going to throw out a couple of rockets. But nothing should come of this, really. Unless Bezel wants to get really aggressive here. But
really good by Bezel. That stopping the
plates
from the plates. Yeah, that was very good.
Bezel's been playing just out of his mind this series.
Arthur's Klein looking for another solo kill.
I don't think Catharsis has to ult out. He's not going to win this.
Yep, Klein has
Klein positioning well too.
Yeah, he has flash for the ultimate. Karthus is going to get away
there
with
it is.
the flash. There's going to be the auto.
And another auto.
Oh, wait a minute.
There it is. You have to run for your life.
Oh, Klein, run for your life, baby! Get punished by the freaking Scion Deadlord. Oh no. Well played by Klein, unfortunately unable to outplay the dead Scion movement speed move.
A huge win for Scion.
So they pick up a 1-for-1. It's a win for Scion, but it's not bad. I would rather give a kill to, or a 1-for-1 kill to Gangplank than Scion.
It's about the mental win, man. The mental win, okay? You have to get the small mental victories. Because now, Klein's like, how did I lose? If you trade 1-for-1, GP and a Scion, that's a loss. Ooh, spell shield here. Center Wrath jumps in. The TP being popped by Klein. We'll see if he can do anything here. The ulti hits the minions, and she doesn't actually hit Klein. Wrath might be dead here. Ooh, one more auto. Oh my goodness, so close. So close.
Very unfortunate.
I don't know if SWF had flash there, and if he could have flashed auto for it, but opting not to. They are going to try to stop the Mountain Dragon, but there are 3 members still down in this area. Fluke's going to be trying to... She's going to try to be really annoying here, but Bezel's back with the package. And it looks like this should be a... Oh, well, nope, they're still contesting. Gangplank uses ultimate top lane to clear the wave. And this should be a free dragon now. But despite the wave clearing ultimate by Gangplank, Catharsis is able to get 2 plates to himself, working on his 3rd now. I don't know if he took Demolish in his tree, but he is getting some plates. So good deal for him. His team didn't lose anybody, so it works out for Akuma in the end, but they did lose out on the Mountain Drake. And non-Drake plus 280 carries and Gangplank equals are very fast, quickly kill tower or neutral objective. And once again, Klein trying to show this Scion who's boss, but actually loses out on the trade. And both mid laners attempting to scale here. Not much happening right now from the jungle standpoint, but both jungles are topside. They might see each other on the Scuttle Crab, and it looks like they will. We'll see if anything comes of this. Fluke has first roam. Toku goes in, takes the crab, but he gets ulted by the Jarvan. Bomb lands. Damage misses though. And looks like Toku will get away. So flash burned and ulti from Toku. Ultimate used by Jarvan, but he's able to get away. And both mid duos will reset. Mid jungle duos. Jerosa playing the zone game here, trying to see if he can bait out SWBF's spell shield, but he will not. And engage on the top side. This is going to be a dead Klein unless he can pull some miraculous
Unless
escape.
he goes the other way and says goodbye, fellas. I'll see you later.
Oh my goodness! And
So I'm
Zyzo,
saying I'm not gonna go where I need to go or where you think I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna go the other way.
when
You
in
guys
doubt, just walk the other way. If you don't know what you're doing, how can the enemy know what you're doing?
Swibble doing a good job of eating all those bindings outside of that one that he unfortunately died for. But well played by Klein to make sure he gets away. Didn't even have to use the ultimate. Just gave them the boom shotgun bomb. I'm going right instead of down move.
Oh, but they're waiting for him to push up in the top lane. Oh, this many smash
Jerosa,
misses.
I'm
He
feeling
avoids
a
again. This could be a kill onto the Jarvan.
Is this
He's just
a
gonna walk out.
2v1? Wait a minute. Okay.
It's 1v3.
Right.
Klein's
Klein
pulling
has
so much pressure.
He's pulling 3 people. Bezel's like, thank you, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get this free plate or whatever Bezel's doing, man. He's doing something.
Oh my goodness, Klein's just playing out of his mind right now. And if you look at the goal differences, he's already about 600 above the Scion, and now he just walks up a Scion and just punches him.
Scion
has-
doesn't have ultimate.
No,
This
and
might
he
be a
has-
dead Scion.
He has his corrupting pot going, but he does back off. And a good trade there onto the bot
Jerosa.
lane.
Yes, and Jerosa's getting really low. I think if he tries to zone again, I say Silver just pops that R and
Yeah.
goes for the kill.
I mean, now that Sivir has her BF sword plus Sivir's shield, she does a lot of damage with her ricochets. Nothing to scoff at, even though it's early in the game. But Fluke, you're able to get a trade plate of her own. Jarvan setting up for a gank in the bot side. They do have a ward.
Both junglers are down on the bot side.
Yeah, this is where the latest and greatest will be. Toku is just showing up to the lane. Looks like maybe he's gonna try to ult. No, he won't. They're just gonna bait out the spell shield.
Jerosa is low, but he does have his.
I don't know what Wrath is
Oh, that
doing.
was so good by Toku, but unfortunately there's no
Oh.
follow-up. There's a TP coming in. Scion's coming in hot. Oh, that's a dead Toku. Canceling out
Toku, that
Tristana's
was so
W was
good.
really good. Unfortunately, they didn't have the damage to follow up.
That was such a good
Well
play by
played,
Toku.
but
If
really good ults.
I think
Go ahead.
maybe 1 or 2 autos would have killed him from Silver, but with the TP coming down, they had to get out. But now she might be dead anyway. Flashbang burn. Good tornado by the Janna,
Oh, but here comes Big Boy.
no.
Oh.
Can't spell shield that one.
You only have one spell shield. When they throw 8 abilities at you, you gotta choose one.
Feels bad, man. That's probably first turret. That is first turret, unless Klein could answer the top lane. It's a race. Who's gonna win? Akuma wins it. Spoiler alert. And Ocean Drake spawning just in time as the Akuma Blades exit here from their first tower victory. But
Klein does have the most gold in the game,
that
so he was able to get.
Klepto and the
Yeah.
Gangplank passive. But Bezel was able to take the mid lane tower, so it's actually 2 towers to 1, and now they're moving on to the Rift Herald. So a good job by ReBrand to respond here after their bot lane loss. If they can get this Rift Herald, I actually say it's a plus for ReBrand.
I mean, it is. There's a lot of gold on the map for Akuma, but ReBrand taking over. That's probably going to be another turret if you just count Shelly's damage. The solo lane is really doing well.
And losing that mid tower is huge because now Toku can invade wherever he wants on those sides, get some deeper vision, try to get for more unsuspecting picks perhaps. So not a bad trade at all for ReBrand here, and you know, getting the skill as Corki, you definitely don't mind this. I mean, it's going to be annoying to face the Zillion that's going to ult every 45 to 50 seconds later, but if you have a Corki with Trinity Force Infinity Edge, he's going to be dishing out so much damage. No response or movement yet up to the top lane. ReBrand focusing their efforts onto the bottom lane where Sion's trying to hold. But both teams have swapped sides of the map. They have 3 bot for ReBrand and 3 top for Akuma. Akuma taking away the blue buff. Nice attempt by Bezel to snipe that away. He was unfortunate in missing out on that.
Klein ult in the top wave to make sure he doesn't waste resources, so that's good.
That is really good in the tower. Okay, there it is.
Okay.
Decimating
Let's
smash,
just get a quick 4-man queue.
But Temple here is in the hands of ReBrand. They're going to get this Shelly charge off on the second tier. They're going to get another tower for this. So a good job by them realizing that, hey, we won the game of chicken. Let's get another free tower. And they're able to escape with some more gold in their hands and actually a gold lead now in the game. And you had Bezel pushing up the mid lane too, so just really good macro play here from ReBrand. And the Magi is completed for Janna. What? Oh no. We saw what happened last time someone at ReBrand got a Magi's. So expect Janna to carry this game. I will make sure the spotlight's on here.
I mean, killing Jen is pretty hard. She'll rack up some Magi stacks off those.
I need some more Hive
assists that
Zyzo.
she
Okay.
gets.
Can you for the Magi's, please?
Hold on. Me. Drink some water. Alright, let's do some item check. Magi's on the side of Janna about to pop off on the assist. Gonna shield everybody. Get these numbers up. Have AP for days. That's those tornadoes. Gonna blow the enemy team away. Akuma Blaze, you better watch out. Make sure you keep that dead Janna dead.
I'm about to choke. Alright. So if we look at gold difference for now, the biggest gold discrepancy will be in the top lane with Gangplank with his Klepto and passive. Going for his, I want to say, Ghost Blade second item. He's almost finished his Cole. So Gangplank's in a really good spot for this game. And this is with the early game not really going as, I'd say, as hard for Akuma as they'd like. This is shaping to be a pretty good start for ReBrand. They were able to respond from a 1 tower loss to essentially 4 towers and a Rift Herald. Although Tristana did take the top tower. But if you're ReBrand here, you're happy with this. Your server has your Infinity Edge, your Corki has his first completed item, Gangplank's ahead of the Scion. It just comes down to teamfight execution now, and if Janna can indeed peel the Jarvan Scion off of AD carry. But Server is one of the most, let's say, well-equipped AD carries when it comes to peeling for herself with her ultimate, her spell shield, and then just with Janna here, it's going to help her just live that much longer and just dish out more damage. So we'll have to see how Akuma will want to play these team fights out. Ring around the rosy for Gangplank. Klein just going for the CS here, poking Catharsis. Silence walks away sadly. Bezel actually pushed up a little pretty far, but they're not going to take advantage of him. I think Bezel's going to Valk over this wall, potentially. He does. Tristana's going to jump on him, but the return damage from the Corki is a lot. Chrono Shift is dropped onto the Tristana, but Double Bomb lands onto Toku here. He will fall, so a really good trade so far for Akuma. Gangplank is roamed down, and they're going to get a kill onto the jungler, so both junglers dead. Feels jungler, man. But Summoner's used for pretty much all flashes used for each junglers and all the carries, mid and AD carry. But a good run by Klein there. Not wasting his TP, not having to use his TP anyway. Oh, and Jerosa's danger to the low here, has to flash away. Looks like that might stop this dragon. They're gonna reset. And Toku's on the map first. And with... Oh! Bezel with the TP and the package play. He gets a kill. He's gonna...
That perfectly timed Q landed on the Morgana outside of the zone, and Bezel taking this into his own hands. Yeah, you're dead, now you're alive, now you're dead again. Bezel with the double kill, coming in hot from the outside, juking everybody, the enemy team, the casters, probably his own teammates. What a TP.
Did you... Wow. You remember when we said they had no engage in the lobby? Bezel's the engage. We didn't even think about this.
Think about the Bezel TP behind them move.
They didn't see it either.
No one saw it.
All I saw was a Valk coming in.
How do you get over there?
That's
Very
a
well
fantastic play by Bezelheim. And it's just,
what did he even use to ward? I almost want to go back.
you should go back because I don't want to replay on here. I'm not that production level yet. One day, soon TM. I need 2 computers for that. There had to have been a ward somewhere back there. Oh, Gobi? Supportal combat. Bind misses. Oh.
Supportal combat or mid lane combat?
Very good job getting the ultimate out. And the double tornado lands, and Toku says, get over there. Don't come over here. Get away from me and my team. Klein setting up for damage on the Scion. Scion takes not that much damage. Has 3 armor items plus his tabbies now. But Gangplank, Happy is going to be okay with this. He's 2,200 gold up now on the Scion. He's happily scaling. Pretty much double clearing, or clearing these minions with double barrels. So, good spot for ReBrand right now. I think Akuma are starting to feel the pressure perhaps because Akuma is not going to be able to do the same thing she did last game on Anivia. She can't really just force out flashes from a spell. She has to land her double bombs, and she's not going to be doing as much consistent damage like Anivia was. So a tougher spot to be in this game if you are Fluke, but still possible nonetheless. You still have your Tristana, who's 3-0, almost finishing her Cole and should get her attack speed item here pretty soon. And then we have a Baron start from ReBrand. I don't think they will stay on this if they're spotted out, but as of right now, Akuma aren't moving as if they are on the Baron. They're just happily farming mid. I mean, Tristana, they're now shifting towards the Baron. The Scrying Orb is dropped, and they get the free Baron. Such a good Baron call from ReBrand, sneaking that one away, and not game 1, game 2 where Barons are stolen. Toku says you can't steal the Baron if you don't know we're doing it, so they're able to secure the Baron for themselves. A huge advantage now, and especially for Klein. It's going to shove all these minions into Scion. And actually, they're going to try to collapse onto him, it looks like. They are trying to... And Klein with the... he's trying to juke him, but he's on a ward. So now you have Klein fighting for his life, but they're going to trade Klein for a mid lane turret and free farm on the top lane. So turret for Klein, not bad. They also got Klein's flash. And Klein is heavily pinging here that something happened, and his team was there to save him. Report. But now... ReBrand looking to get another tower on the top side, get the last tier 1 or 2, whatever people refer to it as, top tower. And yeah, just such a a greatly timed Baron call from Toku, realizing they didn't have vision on the area, and Akuma getting a little lax there, not realizing that the Baron could be done there. Like I said, they had double mountain and the silver and Corki damage onto that Baron, so it was just going to get shredded. So good on ReBrand to recognize what they could have done there, and they took advantage. Game is far from over though, even though ReBrand have accrued a 5,000 gold lead. Janna with her 2 stacks on her Magi, hoping to get another 23 within the next few team fights. And they are going to run a 1-3-1 in hopes to find an advantage be splitting, whether it be from Bezelheim or Klein. Oh, and Sin engages onto the Jen here. He's not going to get her. He gets the exhaust out though, and he jumps back, so does get the exhaust. But so far, a stout defense being placed by Akuma here. They are matching the wave so far. Bezelheim gets hit by one bomb, but not both. He'll take a little bit of damage there. But Bezel does have his core items completed in the Triforce and Infinity Edge. And they're gonna back off and get this this Ocean Drake. So Baron, a really good hold there by Akuma on this Baron. It was such an early Baron that you couldn't really press your advantages with it, but nonetheless, great job by ReBrand to take it off the map nonetheless. And it looks like with their dying Baron push, they have Client resetting and killing Gromp, while Bezel pushes up and tries to get some damage onto the bot lane turret. But I should just reset here. Without the Baron Pirate Minions, wave clear is so much easier for Akuma now. And looks like Klein might just go for the all-in here. He's posturing very aggressively. This Corrupting Pot burn damage taking onto Catharsis. But now it's a 4v1. Catharsis has to find some way to get out of here. He might flash over the wall here and ult out. He's gonna go for it, and he does escape. Toku does not flash in time. And a good job by Catharsis to get out of there. Now there's pressure from Tristano to push down mid turret, and they might try to do a weird looking base race, but Klein sent back. He does ult, so that will pretty much be the end of this base race. But Fluke is going to try her best to hold off this push here, but this might be tower. Actually, this should be tower if they don't back off in time. But somehow, Bezel down in the bot lane that I missed. Looks like Klein TP'd. I don't know if Bezel was caught by a bind. We'll have to rewind in a little bit and see what things settle down. But top lane inhibitor does fall for Akuma. Fluke and Sin of Wrath trying their best to pick off departing members, but unable to do so. Sin of Wrath still chasing, but decides to finally back off. Klein is overstaying his welcome here. He's just going to go for the tower. Doesn't care if he gets engaged on. He's walking away. Catharsis does not have ultimate.
But we know he's Mr. Trixie. He's done this before.
He's
Can't
walking in
catch
circles.
me. Oh, there he goes.
Uh-oh.
Which way am I gonna go?
Oh.
Which way am I gonna go? He has flash. Ooh. And
This guy's a
there
god.
he is. He does it.
Oh. Drive with a flash poke in the butt. But he's so slippery.
Klein might as well be playing Fizz on Aruf. Aruf.
Hey, what mode is that, dude?
Oh, you know, Aruf.
Well, Klein with the 4,000 gold lead. And Bezel slowly building up a 2,000 gold lead over Fluke, almost. So Bezel.
So
Oh, go ahead.
we noticed that Akuma Blades has more kills. Even though ReBrand is up, is Akuma's team fight better?
No, this is why I said the late game would be. Even though you only have per se the only engage is Gragas here. If you are in a position where it's late game, I just think that you do like Corki server gameplay deals so much damage that whether it's Jarvan jumping in or Scion there, I mean Corki is 80% magic damage, so it's not like you can't really itemize against him if you're Scion.
Adaptive helm, man. You gotta adapt to it.
Yeah, but you gotta adapt to Gangplank keep beating your face in for the first 30 minutes of the game too. Ooh, Drones take it down to 2/3 of her health, but they're trying to establish some Baron vision here. They do not want ReBrand to sneak another Baron, as Bezel flies by a pink ward, and Baron being started up by Akuma here. So now they're trying to get their own Baron. It's falling very slowly. Gangplank ultimate lands. They're gonna get out of here. Reset. Sin walks the wrong way.
Yeah, ReBrand definitely has the tools to make sure that they don't go.
At this point, you just stop the ports. You just stop the ports and let Corky do some damage on this. That's what Toku's doing. They're gonna go for the engage.
Stop the ports or kill these dudes.
Jirosa's just
There's
gonna
the root, there's the stun, but he runs into Swubov. Oh, he tries to sacrifice for his team.
send Ultim away. But Gobi with the 2-stack Medjais chasing, and they're gonna go back for the Baron. But the inhib falls for the bot lane in favor of ReBrand, so this is not looking good at all for them. Bezel's going straight to the Nexus turrets, actually.
Bezel.
He gets hit by the decimator. He has to Valk here, but he
that's a
actually...
dead Bezel. Excuse me.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Bezel
That was big
disrespecting the Q
Klein.
there. This
Playing
could be a steal from
jumpity,
audio.
Hoppity, skippity.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, is that a dead J4? That is a
Oh,
dead J4.
they can burst it now.
Oh, they're
GP.
resurrecting, burst it, and yep.
Like, oh, they stole... Fluke stole it!
Are you kidding
Whoever
me?
starts this just doesn't get it. Server needs to do damage here. Come on. If...
Okay, we have Big Boy, we have Karthus. Fluke.
Oh,
Ooh,
Sin.
Is that a dead Sivir? Does she have spell shield?
One more.
Heals. Ooh.
Oh, so... Oh, he killed his ally!
Killed his teammate! No! Oh, Toku's gonna get it. Oh, that's
Oh,
a CC.
not
he
like
pulls-
this.
Oh, no. He still has
Sin of
resets.
Wrath,
That's
he's
big
the auto.
damage. Oh.
Auto? Oh, Klein saving the day for his
Klein
team.
doing so much damage, but here comes more.
Jirosa misses the bind.
Just kidding.
He's dead. The ignite.
Big boys. Get him, Gobi.
Gobi
Oh,
was...
no, the death grasp. There's the peel. Gobi saying you can't get your
Look at
pencil
the TP
on
top.
me.
Look at the TP.
There's a TP.
Bezel's going for the end.
For himself, but the Baron empowered recalls. I don't think Bezel has what it takes, or am I retarded? Let's go. Let's see. It's gonna be a 1v1. This Karthus is just gonna go back for the win.
Oh,
Okay,
he's
that
safe.
was a
He's
lot.
safe. Oh my goodness. So somehow Fluke steals the Baron. I don't know how, but that's been the theme of this series. Whoever starts the Baron loses the Baron unless you sneak it. Oh boy. So Akuma bought a little bit of stalling time here. Their only Baron is on Scion. So they can send Scion to one lane and send the other members to the lane where the other Supermans are spawning. But this just it's been the name of the series, or the theme anyway. Zazo, if you are Akuma, what do you want your team to do to try to get back in the game? Do you guys try to like hide in a bush somewhere, try to get a pick? Like what's going on?
I would say force. I don't know. That's why I don't shotgun.
No, it's not
Have a
bad.
small ADC
Especially now that you know that Sivir has no flash. I mean, if you take out Sivir and Klein, so if you are able to get like trap those two in the ring, hey, it's a wrap. I mean, look at Tristana's item. She has 4th item Guardian's Angel.
Well,
so
speaking of that, we got Scion going for the flank. There's the
There it
ulti.
is.
Who's gonna hit?
But Corky in the
we
back,
have
he's
Bezel.
dead.
That's a dead. Oh,
He's
not.
alive.
Flash E out. That's a good zoning ultimate, but Scion's still there. He doesn't care.
He's walking forward.
Yeah, of course he's gonna walk forward. But this is what I was talking about. Walking back, you're gonna walk back into barrels. Okay, so what I just saw was looking for a re-engage.
Oh,
no.
they could have slow. They could have slow.
But he does
With the
have
flash.
he
Okay.
flashes. She doesn't want to use her ultimate.
No, because if you ult her, you're just
Just
stuck
yet.
there anyway.
Yeah. So that was well played by Kuma. Unfortunately, Bezel had flash, so he was unable, or he was able to escape scot free. But imagine the resets if Tristana
They're
had a
just
reset.
brute forcing this tower down. They're just gonna go for
They
the
are.
second
They
inhib.
had to reset.
Well, now they're resetting a little bit. Now they're backing up.
HP bars are really low. Scion's ultimate's up again.
That's
I wonder if he's gonna
ridiculous.
pull the trigger. It's a really low cooldown.
They're pinging
Is he
it,
gonna
they're
pull the
pinging it.
trigger? He just pulled
There-
the
there it
trigger.
is.
There it is. I don't know what they for.
They're gonna get Gragas. Gragas is super low.
Okay.
They have to get the. Oh,
Audio
Gragas is
waiting
dead.
on what he's going to
Resets.
do. There's the ult on
Klein.
On Klein. Where's Tristana? Tristana looking for the resets. Doesn't have W up apparently, or just choosing not to use it.
Tristana didn't.
Klein didn't get knocked up, but we have dead bodies on the floor. There's no, not Gobi with the stats.
Oh my goodness! Is
Tristana,
this the
wait a
game?
minute, is
Yeah,
this
but
the
look at
reverse
Bezel. Look at
game?
Bezel. Look at Bezel.
Bezel. Well, we have 2 going back. That's more than enough to stop them. But honestly, Bezel might be in a position to take this turret with all those minions and
Oh,
then
both.
dance around Nexus. Is this a base
Oh.
race? Red turret destroyed. Bezel saying I'm gonna do it. He's saying, guys, I got it. Does he have W up? He has
He
W up.
Valks? Oh, I don't know if he's gonna get it. He doesn't get it.
Oh, that's blown up. Oh,
Grag is
no.
up in 4 seconds. He has ulti
Zipper
too.
just needs to- oh no.
Get your wave clear?
So big damage. Oh, don't get hit by that, okay? Okay, ultimate.
He's alive.
That's the
Oh
zone.
my goodness.
Kill the J4, but unfortunately J4's gonna come back to life.
They're gonna.
Hope if it's
Akuma's
really
gonna
low.
win this. I think Akuma win this.
Oh no!
That's the game.
There's the Q. There's the auto. Oh, they just
That's
forced
it.
to-
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Holy
Akuma
crap, Akuma.
stopping the bezel. Oh, stopping the bezel backdoor while simultaneously pushing, coming back for the win off of that forced team fight with Sion's ridiculously low cooldown, and that was the engage I was talking about. ReBrand never had the ability to reset, so he just got chased down.
Yep.
Bezel going for the 50-50. I don't know if he not done that, would he have been saved? I mean, the only thing I could think of is if he juked it and actually recalled, forced two people to back, and then was there with Silver. But well played by Akuma to stop the bezel backdoor and ultimately take the game, even with that snuck Baron.
Well, you know, dude, you're right. Look at that. You called their late game team fight. I admit defeat. You knew that they were gonna win via stopping bezel for the backdoor and TPing in for the win. But
I didn't want to call like I salted it, but I did it. Either way, a very exciting series of going out to 3 games. It was back and forth the entire time. Even this game, I think.
very well played
Akuma-
series, yeah.
Yeah, Akuma won with a goal deficit. Actually,
They did.
yeah. So well played. It's. I almost want to say unfortunate. You know, ReBrand had for the first time had dominance the entire time, making very good macro plays even though they were behind on kills. Their gold was steadily going up and they got so much done, but they happened to get caught out at the wrong place at the wrong time, and then a split decision by Bezel to try to go for the Expeke instead of defending. Fortunately, it didn't work out, and Akuma was able to close out the series 2-1.
Got to give a shout out to my boy Jurissa for the 90 vision score, almost twice as much as his opposing member. Wards wins games, but a great series. It's a pleasure to cast this. Any last thoughts, Izo, before you sign off?
Thank you, Klein, for the exciting escapes, man. That's all I got.
Was a slippery Klein indeed. So
Slippery Klein. Forget a slippery slope. That's a slippery gangplank dope. All right, I'm out.
All right. Thanks for having us on, everybody. Good night.
Good night.